Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bold and Beautiful today. The storm starts quietly. It is calm, at first. Electra is sitting by herself in the living room. She is staring at nothing. Her heart is already hurting with a pain that she does not really understand yet. She feels like something is not right. There is something that she cannot see. It is hidden under everything she thought she knew. Then Ivy shows up. Her face is pale. Her jaw is tight. Her eyes are burning with anger that she can barely hold back. This is not a rumor. This is not a feeling. This is what really happened. It is going to change everything. The truth is about to come out. Ivy does not ease into it. She does not soften the blow. Ivy just drops the news like a bomb. Ivy tells Electra what Ivy saw, exactly who Ivy saw, and exactly what Dylan did with Will behind Electra's back. The room becomes silent. The air is thick. Electra struggles to breathe through the pain of Dylan's betrayal that is ripping Electra apart, from the inside. Dylan is the woman who smiled in Electra's face. Dylan is the woman who pretended to be Electra's friend. The woman did something that cannot be taken back. She crossed a line. That line can never be uncrossed. The woman made a choice. Now she has to live with it. The woman and her actions are something that people will always remember. The woman who crossed a line that can never be uncrossed will always be known for what she did. Electra does not say no for long. She cannot. Ivy's voice is shaking when she tells Electra everything. The sneaky looks, the talks, the way Will and Dylan are clearly close. This truth really hurts Electra. Her hands are shaking. Her heart is beating fast. She is getting very angry. It is taking over the pain. Ivy knew, Electra says in a voice that is breaking. Ivy knew that Will belonged with me. Ivy says yes, and tears are coming to her eyes. She is also very angry. Ivy did not care about me and Will, Ivy says. That is when something inside Electra snaps. The sadness turns into fury. It is raw. Electra cannot control it. There will be no conversation about this. Electra will not forgive Dylan. Dylan does not get to walk from what Dylan did, without anything happening to Dylan. Not after Dylan destroyed everything that Electra had. Dylan is standing at Forrester Creations feeling pretty good about herself. She has no idea what is going to happen next. She turns around. Then she just stops. Electra and Ivy are standing in front of her looking really angry. Their eyes are. Their faces are all tense. You can feel the tension in the air. It is like electricity. Dylan tries to act like nothing is wrong. She puts on a smile. Asks what is going on. That smile is a big mistake. It makes things worse. Ivy takes a step forward. Her voice is sharp and mean. She says Dylan is a liar, a person who manipulates others and a backstabber who hurts someone by getting in the way of their relationship. Dylan laughs it off, tries to change the subject, and says that Will was the one who came to her, that it just happened by chance. That is when Electra gets really upset with Dylan. Electra is very angry with Dylan because of what Dylan did to Will's relationship. Electra is really upset. Her hurt is pouring everywhere. She is furious and really sad at the time. Electra screams that Dylan did not just hurt her, Dylan made her feel stupid. Electra does not trust Dylan anymore. Electra feels scared now. Electra says to Dylan, you looked at me and you lied to me, you hurt me on purpose. Electra is yelling at the same time. Dylan tries to explain herself. Dylan says she did not mean to hurt Electra much. Dylan says her feelings are mixed up. But Electra is not listening to Dylan. Electra is not feeling sorry for Dylan. Ivy steps closer to Dylan. Her voice is cold. It is also very lethal. Ivy tells Dylan that she knows what she is doing. The secrecy is something Ivy enjoys. She also likes the thrill and the power that comes with it. Dylan says something to Ivy. Dylan says that Ivy is jealous. Dylan also says that Electra is not very smart. This is when everything changes for good. The thing that happens now can never be undone. Ivy and Dylan and Electra are all involved in this. The consequences of what they do will be very bad. Something big just happened on the Bold and the Beautiful. Electra raised her hand. Slapped Dylan right across the face. It was a loud slap. Everyone in the room was. They all gasped. Dylan stumbled back. She looked really stunned. She put her hand on her cheek because it probably hurt a lot. Ivy did not wait. She stepped in. Slapped Dylan too. Ivy was really mad. She was sticking up for her friend. That, Ivy said, is for what you did to my friend. Dylan is really upset. She feels like she has been totally torn down. Dylan gets angry. Starts yelling at them, saying they are overreacting. She says that Will is not even worth fighting about. This just makes things worse. Electra starts laughing in a way and there are tears in her eyes. Electra tells Dylan that she can have all the lies, the bad feelings and the man who hurt her, because none of it is worth all the pain it has caused. Dylan and Electra and Will are all caught up in this mess. Electra is saying that she does not want any part of it. The fallout is immediate. It is really bad. News spreads through Los Angeles quickly. Friends start taking sides. People are whispering to each other in the hallways. Will has to deal with what he did, and it is not just that he hurt someone, it is also that everyone knows what happened. Dylan is all alone now. People do not want to be around her. They think badly of her. Nobody looks at Dylan the way anymore. At the time, Electra is very upset. She is sad about what happened with Will, and she is also sad because she thought people were better than that. She thought people would not hurt her on purpose. Ivy will not leave her side. She is like a shield for her. She gives her strength. Ivy reminds her that when someone does something to you, it says more about the person who did the bad thing than the person they did it to. Ivy is always there to remind her that the bad thing is not her fault, it is the fault of the person who did it. Ivy is her strength. She will not let her down. As the days go by, the slap means something. It is like Electra is taking back what is hers. She is getting back her power, her dignity, and her self-respect. Electra is getting better. It is slow and it hurts. She is doing it with a mind though. Now she knows that love is not real if it does not come with loyalty. Friendship is not real if it does not come with honesty. Dylan, on the hand, has to deal with the bad things she did. She is haunted by the moment she knew she had gone far. What about Will? He stands alone, realizing too late that the choices he made destroyed everything that mattered. The big fight between Electra and Ivy and Dylan did not just affect Forrester Creations. It spread over Los Angeles really fast. By the end of the day, everybody knew what had happened. The assistants were talking quietly behind their desks. The designers stopped drawing. The big bosses were trying not to look, but they were still listening to every bad thing that people were saying. The slap that happened was not about hitting someone. It meant something more. Dylan was not just hit. Electra and Ivy were making a point. Dylan was the one who got hurt. Electra and Ivy were saying something by doing this to Dylan. The truth is really out now. It is affecting her reputation. No matter how she acts or how much she denies it, the truth is still there. It has become a part of her reputation. It is not going away. The truth about her is now very clear. It is something that people will remember. Dylan locked herself in a design room. She was pacing back and forth like an animal that is locked in a cage. Her cheek was still burning, and it was not because it hurt, it was because she was humiliated. This was the time that Dylan was not in charge of what was happening. She kept thinking about what happened over again. She remembered Electra's eyes. How they looked when Electra was heartbroken. She remembered Ivy's voice and how it sounded when Ivy was being loyal. She could still hear the sound of skin against skin. It was echoing in the room. Dylan tried to tell herself that it was okay and that it did not matter. She told herself that she would get through this like she always did with things. Dylan would survive this, she thought to herself about Dylan. Something had changed inside of her. She was not the winner she thought she would be. She was the person, the one that everyone thought was bad, and that was the truth about the villain that she had become, the villain that was her. Electra was sitting at home. She was really quiet. She was not saying anything. The excitement from before was. Now she just felt tired and sad. Ivy was hanging around her. Would not go away. Ivy kept bringing her food. Electra was not eating it. Ivy wanted Electra to sleep. Ivy said to her, "You were strong today." Ivy said, "You did what you had to do." Electra did not feel strong. Electra felt empty. Electra felt angry. Electra felt like people did things to her and she did not know they could do that. Electra said, "I trusted her. I let her into my life." Ivy squeezed her hand tightly. "This is not something that makes me weak. It just shows that I have a heart that can feel things." Dylan took advantage of that. Will took advantage of that too. But I am still here, I am still standing. Because I have a heart and my heart is strong. Ivy said all of this to remind me that letting people like her into my life is a thing, and that is what makes me strong, not weak. The name will hung in the air. It felt really bad. It was like his guilt made his phone start ringing and buzzing all the time. He had a lot of missed calls, angry messages, and apologies that he did not answer. When Will finally went to Electra's door, Ivy was very upset with him. She opened the door a bit and gave him a mean look. "You are very bold," she said in a voice. "After what you did to us." Will looked like he was in bad shape. His eyes were red, his voice was shaking, and he did not seem confident anymore. The thing with Will was that he really messed up. Now he had to face the people he hurt like Ivy and Electra. Will was clearly struggling with what he did. It was obvious that he felt bad about it. He said, "I just want to talk to her," and he really meant it. Ivy crossed her arms, looked at him. "Talking did not stop you from cheating on her," she said. Then Electra showed up behind Ivy. Her face did not show any emotions. "Let him in," she said in a voice. Ivy was not sure what to do. Then she moved out of the way. What happened next was really brutal. The thing that followed was brutal. Will fell apart away, saying sorry over and over. He told Electra everything. How it all began. How it got worse, and how he lied to himself and to everyone. He promised that Dylan did not mean anything to him. He said he never wanted to hurt Electra, saying that was a bad idea. Electra said nothing back to him, her voice really cold. She asked him why he would ruin everything they had for someone who meant nothing to him. Her words hurt him more than if she had hit him. Will sat down in a chair feeling like there was no way to make things right with Electra. Ivy did not hold back either. She called him selfish, weak, and reckless. "You did not just cheat," Ivy said. "You humiliated Ivy's friend. You made Ivy's friend doubt herself." The damage that cheating caused to Ivy's friend does not go away with apologies from him about what he did to Ivy's friend. Across town, Dylan had to deal with her problems when Brooke and Katie talked to her. They did not yell at her. They were clearly disappointed in her, and that was even harder for Dylan to take. Brooke told Dylan that wanting to succeed does not mean it is okay to be mean to people. Katie was very straightforward with Dylan. Katie said, "You like someone who was already with someone and you thought people would feel bad for you." Dylan got upset. Said that everyone was being hypocritical. She said that Will had started talking to her first. Katie responded by saying, "Maybe that is true. You still chose to say yes to him." Then the room was quiet. Dylan did not have anything to say to defend herself. People stopped inviting her to things. Her friends did not want to be around her. Wherever she went, people would whisper to each other. Even Will started to stay from her. He did this because he was ashamed, not because he was trying to be loyal to Electra. What hurt Dylan the most was that Will did this. She had hurt people for him. Now she was all alone. One night Dylan just fell apart. She looked at herself in the mirror. Saw herself the way everyone else saw her. She saw what she had become. It was a sad thing to see. Dylan had burned her bridges for Will. Now she was standing all alone in the mess she had made. The woman said to herself, "What have I done?" and she started to cry. Tears were falling down her face. Electra was getting back to normal. She went back to work with her head held high. She did not want people to talk about her behind her back. People started to treat her. They did not feel sorry for her, they respected her. Electra had stood up for herself. She had made it clear what she would not do. Ivy was still her friend, always looking out for her and never saying sorry for it. Ivy told Electra, "You did not lose anything. You got rid of people who were not good for you," Ivy said. Electra smiled a little for the time, in days. The final blow came weeks later when Dylan tried to talk to Electra one time. Dylan was hoping for something, anything, from Electra. Electra listened to Dylan without getting upset or angry. Then Electra said something that changed everything. "You do not get closure, you get consequences." Dylan was really surprised. Electra kept talking, very calm and quiet. "You did something wrong, you broke the trust between us. You did things you should not have done. I will not feel bad just to make you feel better," Electra said to Dylan. Electra was very clear Dylan broke trust. Now Dylan has to deal with the consequences, not Electra. And with that, she walked away, stronger than ever. The silence after Electra walked away from Dylan was really quiet. It was not loud or explosive. There was no shouting, no slaps, no tears. That was what hurt Dylan the most. If Electra had forgiven her, it would have made things a little easier. If Electra had been angry, Dylan could have understood why she was upset. Electra did not seem to care. That was the part. Dylan stood still in the hallway for a time after Electra was gone. Her chest felt tight, her breathing was shallow. Dylan was finally starting to understand what it really means to lose something. It was not like when she lost Will. It was not like when people started talking about her. The loss of power was a deal. Electra had taken the power back. Dylan really hated Electra for it. Hatred is a bad thing. When people let hatred build up inside them without doing anything about it, the hatred does not stay hidden. Hatred will come out. Be heard. The hatred will not be quiet for long. Dylan started thinking about what he was going to do. He was making a plan. This plan was going to be big. Dylan was plotting something. This something was going to be very important to him. Dylan began to think about all the things that could go wrong with his plan. He was still plotting. She told herself that people had the idea about her, that Electra had made everyone think she was the bad guy, and that Ivy had turned all their friends against her. In her mind, Dylan was not the one who had done something wrong. She was just the person everyone was blaming. She thought that when someone is blamed for everything, they should not be the only one to suffer. So Dylan stayed up late at night, made secret phone calls. She got in touch with some friends again. Dylan started to look into Electra's life and also into Ivy's life. If Electra and Ivy wanted to fight her, then Dylan would fight back. Electra was trying to move with her life. The thing is, healing does not always go smoothly. There were mornings when Electra woke up feeling strong and grounded and really sure of herself. Then there were days when the pain of what happened felt like it was happening all over again. Electra still thought about the things that Will and Dylan did to her. She remembered the way Will used to laugh and the way Dylan used to smile at her, even though it was not a smile. These memories still bothered Electra. Her friend Ivy saw the changes in Electra away. Ivy told Electra that she does not have to be okay every day. Ivy said to Electra, "You just have to keep going, that is all." And that is what Electra did. She kept going. Slowly, painfully, but with intention. That is when someone unexpected entered the picture. Marcus was a guy. He was always listening, really confident, but not in a showy way. He did not ask a lot of questions or try to tell Electra what to do. He just listened to her. They met at work when they had to work on a big project. This project needed them to work hours and trust each other. At first, Electra was not very open with Marcus. He never tried to push her to talk about things she did not want to. He respected her boundaries. That felt really good and safe. Her friend Ivy noticed this away. "He is different," Ivy said with a laugh. Electra just ignored her comment. Ivy smiled knowingly. "I am not ready," she said. "You did not say it has to be. You said it will happen eventually. I mean, you said eventually, and that is what I am waiting for, eventually." Across town, Will was unraveling. The feeling of regret is gone now. It has been replaced by something even worse. A big empty space. His job is not going well. He cannot focus on anything. Wherever he goes, he remembers what he lost. People are not being mean to him. They are just not paying attention to him. That hurts him more than if they were angry with him. He tried to talk to Electra, but this time he did not want anything from her. He just wanted to say sorry. She did not say anything back. She was not being quiet to hurt him. She was just quiet because she did not need to talk to him. Her silence is his punishment. He is being punished by Electra's silence. Dylan decided it was time to take action. She made her move. A rumor showed up online. It was not good. This rumor was anonymous. It did not say much, but it was very hurtful. It said that Electra already knew about the affair before Ivy told everyone about it. The rumor said that Electra did not say anything because she wanted to look good. It said that Electra pretended to be a victim on purpose. This story went around fast. Ivy was extremely angry. "This has Dylan written over it," she said angrily. Electra felt the bad feeling in her chest, but this time she did not fall apart. She stood up straight. Then we do not let Dylan control this, Electra said about the situation. With Dylan, they stood together, faced the light.